Hello friends, in this lecture we will take a look at sibling traversing. So how we can traverse through siblings using Jquery. So we are using the same HTML document but we are just changing the scripts. So let's come here inside script and let's write a dollar dot last div. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to select all the siblings of this last div dot siblings. So this is the method to select all the siblings. Now as usual we'll be providing some CSS property to it. Let's provide a border because I find that border really helps to make your concept clear, and we will provide 2 pixel solid green border. Now let's open in browser and let's take a look. Well, nothing happens. Why? Okay, I have provided a colon. I should give her comma. My god. Okay, now let's hit refresh. And there you go. So what it is doing, let me explain this. See, what are the siblings of this last div? This is the inner div and this is the last div. So these are the siblings, but it is only selecting this inner div h1, which means it is excluding itself and it is providing the CSS property which is mentioned here to its other siblings. Let me come here and provide here dot last div then h1. So what happens, it will select all the other siblings other than this h1. So it will now provide border around this. I am first paragraph and I am the second paragraph. Let's hit refresh. There you go. Now let's select P. Let's save it. Come here, hit refresh. Now see what happens. So dot last div P dot siblings. So here we have the first P, then we have the second P. Now here in this case you can see border around all the siblings including this P. But which P is mentioned here? Can you tell? Well, what this is happening, this is looping through 2 times. Yes friend. So what it is doing, so first it is getting this paragraph and it is providing the CSS property to this second paragraph and this h1, and now we have another paragraph, that is this one. So again it is executing this CSS property for this paragraph. I mean again this line is executing for this paragraph and hence it is providing the CSS property to this paragraph and this element, and hence we can see the border around all the siblings. Did you understand? Well, let me explain once more. So here we have 2 paragraphs, right? And hence it is executing 2 times, one for this paragraph and the next time for this paragraph. So the first time when it is executing for this one, it is providing the border to this paragraph and this element and this h1, and next when it is executing for this paragraph, it is providing border to this paragraph and to this heading. Since the border is already there for this h1, hence it is just ignoring it because border will not get added. I mean first we have provided 2 pixel, again you have provided 2 pixels, so it will not add up to 4 pixel. Yes, that's the main fun. And hence, we can see border around all these three siblings. So that's it, friends. This is the siblings method doing. So it selects all the siblings other than himself or other than self. Then we have another sibling traversing method, that is next. Let me comment it, and also let's copy this line. Press Ctrl C to copy. Come to the next line. Let's paste it. This time not siblings but next. Now let me change the selector also. So let's provide dot last div then h1. Let's save it. So it is asking to find the next selector of h1 which is inside dot last div. So it is asking for this paragraph where it is written I am first paragraph. Now the border will be around only this paragraph. Okay. Can you guess where this next method is useful? Well, say for example you are creating a slider plugin or a carousel plugin. That time you can use this next method. So say for example a slider, generally a slider will be having 3 to 5 images. So what it will happen when someone will click the next button, the next image will be shown or the next sibling will be shown, and there this next method is useful. Yes friend, pretty much interesting, isn't it? So now you can think that how those plugins work, right? Okay, so let's proceed. So this is the next property. Then we have the prev property. So what it does, it selects the previous one. But I don't think that we have any previous for h1. Is it? No. So we have to mention here p, but we have two p's, I mean two paragraphs, one this one and another this one. So what it will do, so first it will execute for this one and it will provide a border around this heading 1, and next it will execute for this one and it will provide a border around I am first paragraph. Let's hit refresh, and there you go, as expected, isn't it? So we have seen dot prev, dot next, and also dot siblings. Let me comment here and let me copy this one and paste it. Again let's comment it, and instead of prev let's write here next, just to make sure that when you take a look at this document, at this file, you can understand that yeah, I have these methods and I can use it efficiently later on. So next we have say next all. So let's paste it. Well, prev is there, so let's write here prev all. So what does prev all means? Prev all means it will select all the siblings which are mentioned before it. Say for example, before this h1 there are 5 more paragraphs. Let me copy this, press Ctrl C, and let's just paste it before h1. Let's save it. Well, there are many, I guess, right? Okay, so what it will do, let's mention here h1. Let's save it. So before let me comment it first. Now let's execute it normally. So this is the HTML document now. So what I'm doing here now, I'm just asking that find all the siblings of h1 which are mentioned before this h1 and provide this CSS property. Let's hit refresh. Well, did I save it? Oh no, I didn't provide the dollar sign. My goodness. Okay, so let's hit refresh. Yup, now it is working. And also here I didn't provide the dollar sign. Let me provide it. Yup. Okay, so now see. So before this h1, this property is applied to all the paragraphs which are mentioned just before this h1. So you can even find it useful. So we have this prev next, prev all. Similarly, we have next all. Let me copy this. Press Ctrl C to copy. Come here, paste it. Now let's comment this one. Let's save it. Hit refresh. Well, same thing, because now let's change it to next all. Let's save it. Come here, hit refresh. Now see what happens. Just after h1 we are having these two siblings, and hence the CSS property is applied to only these two. Well, so we have prev next, prev all, next all. Now there are two more methods that are available, that is prev until and next until. Let's assign here a class of, say, middle. Let's save it. Now first of all, let's copy this. Press Ctrl C to copy, paste it, provide comment dot last div h1 prev until dot middle. So here we are providing a filter. Yup, single L. Mistakenly I have provided double L. Okay. So prev until dot middle. Let's hit refresh. Yup. So what it is happening? It is selecting all the paragraphs or all the siblings till we get this middle class. I mean this dot middle class. So it is executing for these two paragraphs. And similarly we have next until. I don't think that it is necessary to again show you the example. Just like this we have next until method. So these are the methods that can help you to traverse through siblings, and my favorite is this prev next, which I really find interesting because of that slider plugin fun. Okay, so that's it friends. Now I hope that you are really feeling confident about DOM manipulation and DOM traversing. Well, of course, we will see a really interesting project later, but for now, just understand these concepts and I hope that you find it useful. So, see you in the next lecture. Till then, have fun, take care.